King and queens, I hope everybody's doing good, doing great. Taking care of your health, stand to yourself. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the hype button. Pop your ish in the comment section. I will be checking. Keep it respectful. No disrespecting. As y'all can see by the title and by the thumbnail what we got going on. All right. Remember, a slow grind is better than no grind. As y'all can see by the title and by the thumbnail. Let's get into it.
A notorious murder conviction has caused a hate-filled firestorm outside a Texas courtroom after a jury found black teen Karmelo Anthony guilty of murdering white fellow high schooler Austin Metcalf. Antagonists on both sides of the Anthony and Metcalf rift squared off in screaming matches, while a sitting congresswoman shared a cavalcade of inaccuracies about the case, and strangely claimed on her podcast that she would have also stabbed the 17-year-old track star if she were.
It's unfortunate that events like this can cause an uproar in two different ethnicities and two different cultures. But it's just one of those things where we're going to stand tall, and if we feel like the justice system is going against us and it's unjust, like, you know what I mean, and things aren't justified, I believe it's in our right to stand up. This is what I don't like. I don't like when the opposite side seems as if they can't comprehend the pain that we feel, and vice versa. I think we need to come to some sense of reasoning in the middle and be like, okay, I can see why you guys feel the way you feel, and also too, I can see why y'all feel the way y'all feel. He was defending himself. The other guy possibly could have been a bully, but let alone, you know, the fact that he passed away, we're not even going, you know what I mean? Like, yes, that's not cool. That's not something that was supposed to be. I don't think the Karmelo young man was supposed to take his life. No, but at the same time, if he felt like his life was in danger, he was scared. In moments like that, you're really not thinking clear. You're only thinking about survival. And I think just somehow, some way, if people could just find some rationality in things and try to see, okay, I feel where you're coming from, but also respect how I feel, and then we can just agree to disagree and go our ways, I think it'll stay cool. I think it'll stay calm. But I don't know if this stuff will ever end. And then, of course, it all starts at home. It all starts with, you know, us raising our children the right way. There were many things that I heard about the white young man that was troubling. You know what I mean? I think one of the brothers, I don't know if it was the one that passed away or the other one, but I heard that he severely beat up his father. That was just what I heard. So did he have aggression or anger issues? Was it something going on? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
We're in the same situation.
If a 300-pound man is beating me, like on top of me and beating me
300 pounds? He was 300 pounds?
down, I'm not limited to fist.
What's been the public reaction to the Karmelo Anthony verdict? And why is there so much tension outside the courtroom? Here's what you need to know. Hate-filled clashes focused on race erupted outside a courthouse on June 9th, when black teen Karmelo Anthony was convicted of murdering fellow white high schooler Austin Metcalf. Anthony was found guilty of fatally stabbing the 17-year-old track star at a meet in April 2025, when he walked into a rival high school's tent before getting into an altercation with Metcalf, which ended in the fatal stabbing. A jury in McKinney, Texas took just 3 hours to convict Anthony of murder, after the teen claimed that he had acted in self-defense, despite Metcalf being unarmed. The verdict sent shockwaves through the crowd forming outside the Texas courtroom, as Anthony's supporters broke down crying, dueled in screaming matches, and led to at least one Metcalf supporter getting arrested. Anthony's grandmother was also captured riling up the tense crowd when she cried racism from her luxury car after leaving court. One shocking clip from Nick Sorter on X captured Anthony supporters allegedly suggesting Metcalf's twin brother Hunter should have also been killed during the heinous stabbing.
That vote should have been made. The vote for the Brooks. Vote should have been made.
And the strange.
See, now that I don't agree with. But also, too, I mean, I get that tension is high, but at the same time, we got to realize that these are somebody's children. And if it was a white person saying that about a black kid, we will feel some type of way. So I think we got to, now I get it. Now listen, I'm holding everybody's feet to the fire. You know what I mean? I think everybody should be under the microscope, so to speak. But let's be clear. We have to some degree, lead by example and show that we know how to operate even when things are, you know, high in tension and your frustration is up there. Still, you have to be able to articulate yourself, how you feel, what is it that you want, Be able to control your aggression and not just say anything like that. Don't just lash out and say some reckless stuff like that. Because what will be the point of 2 of them being gone? Now that's double. You know what I'm saying? Now that's double murder. I don't think the one who passed away should have lost his life. I don't think the Karmelo kid should be in prison. And I'm saying that based off of just them being young men who had something going for themselves, you know, being athletes and stuff like that. But when things take place and you don't know where these boys' emotions were, I don't know the back and forth that they had. I don't know how much history they have. I don't know if the white kid said some racist stuff and Karmelo was frustrated about it. I don't know if they jumped him prior to. I have no idea. But all of these things matter and they factor into this. And do we know the system for being racist? Absolutely. Does it, you know, the system, is it going to always be in our favor? Absolutely not. Has it shown time and time and time and time again that we are always on the short end of the stick? Absolutely. So the best thing that we can do is avoid putting ourselves in the system. If it's not absolutely just necessary for you to take somebody's life, do your best not to. Work on your aggression, your anger, and frustration. We have to do better as Black people. We have to work on that. One thing that we can't control is how white people feel about us. They're going to call us the N-word. They're going to look at us crazy because our skin color, our hair, our what we drive, how we dress. Let them. But one thing you need to focus on is your life path and where you're going with it. Because through you trying to climb up to success, you're going to deal with all of the hate, all of the backlash of negative. You're going to deal with a lot of it. And a lot of it is hidden admiration expressed as hate. Let that ish fly. Now, if he just felt like he was backed in the corner and he just had to do what he had to do, I ain't mad at him then. He made the decision he wanted to make. And now, unfortunately, he has to sit in prison for, they saying 35 years or something, 25, 35 years, which he'll probably do 15, probably do 10 if he's good behavior. But yeah, the more the people fight for him and stuff like that, maybe the judge will have some leniency. I don't know, but it's a lot. It's just a lot, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section.
Takes continued even from afar. On her Clock It with Crockett podcast, lame duck rep Jasmine Crockett suggested that she too would have stabbed track star Austin Metcalf if she was put in the same situation.
It's still a little bit of gray area because, again, me as a 5'3" woman, if a 300-pound man is beating me, like on top of me and beating me down, I'm not limited to fist.
Facts.
Because I'm telling you right now, if you were...
Yeah, because I don't know if that was the play-by-play of what actually... If that was a play-by-play of what actually happened, if Karmelo was less fortunate in, you know, the fight, if he was losing, if he was getting pounded on, so on and so forth, and he ended up pulling the knife out in defense of him trying not to get severely beaten, probably to death, I can understand that. I'm not going to allow somebody to just pound on me. You guys realize that you can lose your life in a fight. If somebody hits you the wrong way, if somebody hits your head the wrong way, back of your head the wrong way, you can lose your life. Somebody can punch you. You can get knocked out. You can hit your head on the edge of something. I mean, so many ways, so many different ways you can lose your life via fighting. So is that, I mean, I'm hoping this video, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter at this point, but that'll help out a lot too. That'll help out the public to see another side of the court system, and maybe they can rally up against it and fight and keep fighting. That's all we can do, man. It really is. But I'm with her on this. If somebody's pounding on me and they bigger than me, I'm grabbing something. I'll deal with the consequences later if I just necessarily have to. If I can't roll out of it, or if I can't push them off or whatever. But I'm just not. If this young man just walked up to him and just did what he did, I'm not with it. If he is defending himself, it's 2 against 1, or is this extremely bigger guy on him, did what you're supposed to do.
Twice my weight and got way more strength than me, and you got me pinned down, I don't believe I'm going to survive.
Contrary to Crockett's fact-free assertions, there was no beating. Metcalf was never on top of Anthony, and Metcalf weighed nowhere near the formidable 300 pounds the Congresswoman alleged. Later on in the Unhinged podcast...
Yeah, I don't know about that because I heard the guy was pretty big. I heard the guy was bigger, and I heard Karmelo wasn't a big kid.
The failed Senate candidate downplayed the size of the semi-serrated 5-inch pocket knife Anthony was convicted of plunging into Metcalf's chest, questioning if the size of the knife meant it could be considered a, quote, deadly weapon.
The blade was under the size limit.
That's okay.
But it was unlawful for a school.
Was it a switch? I don't know what he had.
It was like it seemed like it was a multi-tool, almost like a Swiss Army.
Like with like with the little scissors and everything and whatever. So it was small. Well, I would have argued the size of it alone, you wouldn't even think it's a deadly weapon.
X-users flooded posts sharing clips of Crockett's podcasts with comments pointing out her misstatements of even the simplest facts in the case. Why does it matter what he used to kill him? A rope isn't a deadly weapon until it's used to strangle someone. Like, how stupid can you be? Pretty sure Metcalf is dead, so it sounds like a deadly weapon to me. So she has twisted this story into something that did not happen. She's an absolute imbecile. She should have at least Googled what happened before she opened her dumb mouth. Anthony is being housed in isolation, separated from other.
Yeah, that's why I'm real careful and taking baby steps on what I say. I'm tiptoeing around certain things because I'm only going based off of what I heard. I probably should do a little bit more deep diving into this case. I haven't really checked that deep into it, but I don't think this young man should have taken the life. But also, too, I think he was in his rights to defend himself. And if you disagree with that, then it is what it is. I can't argue with you at all. But I think we need to just stop jumping out there with the negative stuff, like with the whole race. This was just young adults. These are young kids who made decisions based off of emotions. And I think this is a lesson for us to teach our younger kids how to manage that, how to control that, how to avoid these things, how to let things be, how to just ignore people's ignorance and don't match their ignorance with ignorance. I think this is just a learning lesson for everybody. This is for all of the fathers and all of the mothers to huddle up their kids, have one-on-ones with their children, check on their children's mental, see where they are up here, see how school going, what their friend circle is like. It's really time to do like a heart-to-heart and really check on our kids overall in its whole totality. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, all right? Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. Be elevating to your head. We ain't bleeding yet. Spread love, not hate. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Go on.